I'm Insomniac.
I'm Pops.
And this is Shooting the Shit,
a.k.a. Chatting with Pops.
Was good.
Now that one was pretty decent. I'd like to see something.
Alright, this is episode 40 of Shooting the Shit, a.k.a. Chatting with Pops. And before I go any further, this is now the backdrop, at least for now. I actually had this other grand idea. I painted this wall like 6 times back here. I put up this cool light. I did all this stuff. It didn't work with the camera. It's a long story. I could elaborate on it another time. But the long story short is I had to put this up for now. So I'm sorry if you don't like it. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I'll, leave it in the comments whether or not you like the backdrop, you don't like the backdrop. If it's alright, you can just do it the black and you're alright with me putting some funny shit up there, then I'll leave it alone. If not, then I won't. Anyway, episode 40, what are we doing today?
We're talking to Rosemary.
That's right, we're talking to Rosemary.
Talking to Rosemary.
Well, why don't we bring her in?
Come on, Rosemary.
Thank you. A round of applause.
There's Rosemary.
Hello.
Rob's better half.
That's right. That's wonderful Rosemary.
Rosemary. So, we're winging this. We're flying by the seat of our pants.
That's right. Well, luckily I made coffee, so that's a good place to start.
It's always a good place to start.
Do you want some, Pops?
No. Absolutely not. So, I want to... they're having...
We're having espresso.
Okay.
It's always a good time for coffee.
Yeah, go ahead, do your thing there.
I was going to start off by talking to Rosemary about what she does for a living, which is...
I teach kindergarten.
She teaches
So
kindergarten.
I teach 5 and 6-year-olds all day.
Oh my.
It's a lot of fun.
That's a handful.
But that's why I need espresso.
There you go.
Because they take a lot of that out of you.
Oh.
It may seem like...
Oh, they do.
Like it's not that hard, but when you have 17 children talking to you all at one time and they all need something... 17.
5 and 6-year-olds.
Yes.
Oh.
I love it, but it's tiring.
I told about 500 assholes. They're just full grown.
But mine are cute. No. Because mine are cute and they're sweet.
Oh my.
Yeah, no.
So that makes it all worth
500 assholes.
Most of the people I deal with aren't cute or sweet over there.
it. No.
Oh boy.
So some of your kids are adorable. I've seen pictures.
They are cute.
So Rosemary's a teacher. We starting there.
I am.
And then we'll move on to the standard questions. I have the standard questions.
I was going to say, what are the standard questions?
Well,
We have standardized questions. When
I do.
happen?
I
Do you have
kinda
your number 2 pencil?
Yes,
Is this a test?
I kind of do have
right.
questions.
Okay.
What's your favorite band?
That's a hard one. So, do I have to say band or can I just say artist?
Or artist or music. Or...
Okay, so I sound like a typical girl with this one, but one of my favorite artists is Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
He's talented.
Justin Timberlake.
Listen, I liked NSYNC growing up.
Have you seen those? It's gonna be May.
Yeah, they're all over.
No.
And NSYNC just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh,
wow.
There you go.
Wow.
He's talented. I've seen him in concert with my best friend.
I can't do my normal thing here because this is Rosemary. Now, if it was one of my kids.
As much as I don't like most of the pop guys, Justin Timberlake's a talented mofo.
No, he is. Yeah.
I like him. He's not.
I didn't like his beginning solo stuff. I thought a lot of his beginning solo stuff was gay. Honestly.
I think he needed to find his own.
Well, once the 2020
rhythm.
experience came out, the first half of the 2020 experience, I was like, oh, damn, all right.
Mm-hmm. And then he went completely the other way, and now he's Man of the Woods. He went from Suit and Tie to Man of the Woods. I don't get it, but...
Who the hell knows? He's just bored. He's married to Jessica Biel, though.
And they have a little boy.
Jessica Biel.
Woo!
Yes, that's nice.
She's beautiful.
I mean,
so talented.
She's second. You're first.
Jessica Biel.
Last week I was first and second.
Oh, talented.
Good.
Right.
Now I'm just first.
Oh no, she's
Oh yeah, no, it's too late now. It's already on camera.
Shit.
I have witnesses.
He put his foot in his mouth.
He did. That's okay.
Geez.
I'm number 1. I can't complain about that.
That's true.
That's it, number 1. This episode's not going to have a lot of cursing and garbage.
It's not.
It's not because
I teach 5-year-olds. So
That's right.
I don't curse all day, unlike some people.
So
I don't
Not
curse
to name
all
any
day.
names.
Oh no, actually, well, when I'm at work.
Oh yeah.
When I'm at work, it's necessary.
We don't.
In my job, the biggest curse is shut up. They're like, oh.
Yeah, I really don't even know if
When
we're
my
gonna
other
need a
kids-
curse counter on this bad boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 5.
Yeah, I don't
2
even
for
know.
you, 3 for you.
I don't know if
Well,
we're
we
gonna
said shit
have-
a couple of times because that's the name of the show.
Oh, right. That's
Yeah.
about it, though.
Including that one, that's probably 3.
It will be a slow cursing day.
That's not
That's
wrong
for
with
sure.
that.
That's for sure.
You love coffee.
I do love coffee.
She loves coffee.
Although I didn't love coffee this much until I met you. And
Hey,
now I think I drink it more than
This
you
is
do.
true, because I don't remember you liking coffee.
She brings like 2
now.
thermoses
No.
of coffee to work in the morning,
I do.
and then we drink
But in
more
all
coffee later.
fairness, my job is tiring.
Yeah.
So I really need the coffee.
Oh, wait. Her job could be seriously draining.
I mean, it's not just physically tiring. You're on your feet and they need things and you're going all over, but it's just even mentally tiring.
Oh, mentally, sure.
When they're waving papers in your face, they're like, I need this, I need help, what do I do now? Oh, it's a lot.
Or over and over, you're telling them how to do something and
Or
they
to
don't
sit
get
down
it,
and stop
maybe,
poking
or
their
shut
head
up.
with
Right.
their pencil.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But bottom line, I love coffee. It's delicious.
So she's good at keeping me in line.
You're easy to deal with
Yeah.
after
yeah.
dealing with 5-year-olds.
Keeping him in line, that's interesting.
She
I didn't.
she knows how to keep me in line.
I never really thought about it as keeping you in line.
She's
I mean,
sassy.
Told me that on our first date.
All the
right.
women are sassy
When he
around
introduced
here.
me to his parents. I mentioned it was our first date.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
You can tell that one. if
First
you want.
date. Go ahead, tell the viewers about that.
So our first date, we met for brunch, and let's see. He said to me, "Do you want to meet my parents?" I'm like, I guess.
First
He's like,
date.
"Well, I already asked them." I'm like, "Well, it's too late
But
now.
wait.
I can't be the girl that's
Wait.
like, no, I don't want to meet them, and you already said something."
But let me smooth it out a little bit so
Go
it doesn't
ahead.
seem like I like drove her over to my house. We were
Oh, no.
driving around in Montclair, which is a town by us. My parents happened to be going for a walk about 2 miles away in the
True.
park. So,
But perhaps you
They
would have
said
said
they were-
something to me before you.
right, I totally agree in hindsight that meeting my parents on the first date, that's a bit much. But I wasn't thinking
it
about
was.
that because they were
it was nice.
in the same town.
It was nice.
They were in the same town taking a walk. We were in the same town anyway, doing like we had like an 8-hour date, so we were just doing everything
Literally
we could.
an 8-hour first
So I
date.
figured being I'm probably gonna cross paths with my parents at some point anyway. I was like, hey, you want to meet my parents? I was kind of overexcited. And
He was. And then we meet his parents, and he's like, I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I was like, cool.
No, but it was.
They're easy to
it
deal with.
was-
They were,
yeah.
but I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, it was-
So I'm sitting there hoping that they liked me, and
It was a good meeting.
It was. It was
very
really nice.
Yes, it was very, very nice meeting. But the first date thing, I guess that was odd. I never thought about it either. I was just like, oh, so
You're
we,
like, oh,
we met
sure.
Rosemary.
Yeah, it was
And
fun.
we just went over to this little place, like a
Little
diner.
diner.
And it was a nice first meeting.
It was.
So
how
that.
did we get on that?
What?
The meeting you guys on the first
She brought
date?
it up. She
Oh.
said, "Oh yeah, I met your parents." But here she still is. She's still
Here I
with,
am,
and
almost
she's
2
on the
years
hot
later.
seat too. She's on the hot seat, but
That's right. And unlike Mom, it didn't take 2 months of convincing to get her to sit in here.
No.
well, that's true.
I hate being in front of cameras or talking in front of people, but I was actually excited for this.
You do it pretty
Well,
good.
that's good.
Thank
You're
you.
doing good. I mean, of course, we've toned down our act here, if you want to call it an act.
Honestly, that's one side note I have to throw in. It really doesn't have anything to do with you necessarily, but I figured that out. I think the most when I was in Kansas recently, and people wanted to do the Our Cigar Stories thing in person with me. Some people were super excited about it, but about 70% of the people practically wanted to run out of the shop when I asked them.
Really?
Like people see like camera equipment set up, and some
get
people
nervous.
they can't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And and I kind of realized that then. I was like, this is a big deal for some people. So,
yeah, plus
I
this is like
understand.
actual camera equipment. It's not like, hey, I just threw on the front camera and I'm recording myself.
Right, let's take,
This is
like
true.
Insta
let's take a
stories.
selfie video
There's
for
lights
Instagram.
here. There's cameras.
But it's
action,
an actual camera.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
Even
and
minus the lights, it's an actual
And
camera.
in the shop,
that's-
I had like extra electronics behind the camera and the
Yeah,
lights.
that's intimidating.
I mean, I didn't even think about all that when I stepped in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
But then once I see myself and it was quite funny and things, I went, yeah, this is all right. I can't say I like seeing myself, but that's a whole nother thing. We won't go there. This is about
Well,
you.
you know what's funny is I
It's
don't
about-
like the way I sound on the camera.
Well,
Oh, I don't like my voice either when I do editing, but you know what?
See, I don't think your voice doesn't sound any different on the camera versus in person. To me, like for myself, I feel like I hate hearing myself like on a voicemail recording or on camera. I feel like I sound ridiculous.
Oh, side note, I'm gonna plug my other channel because I can make a cool connection here. If you want to see a lot more of Rosemary all the time, you can just go to my other channel. I'll
There
put
you
it in
go.
the video description. It's called Farewell New York. It's a new channel. Episode 2 of that will have been posted before you see this. So yeah, if you want to see Rosemary's beautiful face a lot more often, other than in this
There you
episode,
go.
subscribe to my other new channel.
This is it.
Yeah, I'm
Good
glad
point.
I remembered to do that.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
Speaking of.
here we are. We had a miss last week. Sorry about that, guys. We had that technical difficulty Rob was talking about. But we're back. And we're on with
Better than
Rosemary. And we're definitely winging this because we got kind of messed up. Rob had to take a trip.
I did.
Interesting,
I was
huh?
in Kansas.
Yeah. He went to Kansas.
Land of the tornadoes.
Well, landed Nathan Stewart. Shout out to Nathan Stewart. He's the man.
And the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
All right, and the Wizard of Oz. So I also got Rosemary into watches.
He did.
Yes, this is true too.
And here's an interesting thing. She loves Mustangs, but I didn't get her into those.
No, he didn't.
How awesome is that?
I thought that was pretty funny. Because when we first started talking, and I don't know, somehow the topic came up, and I was like, oh, and I like Mustangs, and he's like, no way, I have a Mustang. I was like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Well, at the time, that was an interesting thing because I said I had a Mustang, but at the time I was driving a Toyota Corolla. And that was because, well, I think I told the story, or maybe I didn't, but the long saga with my white GT convertible and how that was down in North Carolina for 2 years. And I finally took her down there to visit my friend that was down there at the time, and we literally went and visited the car so she would know that it existed.
Yeah.
I
It was,
believed you.
you know, yeah.
You didn't
well-
seem like the type to make up things like that.
And meanwhile, her favorite, like, body style of the Mustang GT is the one I currently own, and now I'm getting rid of it, so I'm sad.
Yes.
That's a longer story. If somebody wants to ask about it, I'll
Another
elaborate.
story.
But
He's selling it. You want to buy it?
that's right. If you want to buy the cleanest 2000 Mustang GT convertible you've seen,
It's beautiful.
yeah, and it's got low miles for a 2000. But anyway, you know, there's a reason why I'm getting rid of it. I'll be getting another Mustang. But anyway, she's a Mustang chick was my point, and that's awesome. Although she doesn't have one yet, she's kind of driving. Well, I wouldn't say the opposite of it. The opposite of a Mustang is anything made by Honda. You're driving
Yeah.
like a nice, you know, respectable commuter car.
But I wanted to get one, and everyone's like, no, you live in New Jersey, there's snow, there's rain, you shouldn't
Well,
get
if
one.
you need to get to
so-
work, that's true.
True, yeah.
Well, I do have to get to work every day.
Pops is very toned down this episode. Like I said, Rosemary, so I can't, you know,
That says it all,
I'm not going to be
Rosemary.
disrespectful here.
Aw,
So,
thanks.
you know, even my daughter was like, hey, you know, but, you know. All right, so today's kind of a quiet, slow day. I had a few questions for Rosemary. I'm not sure what else to ask you, Rosemary.
You're not sure?
Rosemary's a fixture around here now, so I'm not
She is.
really
I'm like a
sure.
light, I'm a fixture.
Rosemary's awesome.
Thanks.
Yes, Rosemary, you're awesome. That's
Thanks,
true.
guys.
I agree.
Everybody
That's-
loves Rosemary,
Well, sure, everyone does it.
Well, you know,
especially my dog.
That's what the Rosemary thing is that I always do. She didn't know that though. You know, I go, Rosemary, let's do that thing. That's yeah, because you're great.
Aw,
Yeah,
thanks.
you know, because you're a fixture.
Yeah, I would have
now.
never got that connection, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
glad you explained it.
Well,
on
yeah.
camera.
See, I never explained it. See,
So
I
now we know.
I left her hanging. So there's something. I left her hanging with that Rosemary thing. But you know, but here she is. You guys all meet her
Here I
now. I guess this ain't going to be a super long episode because I can't go ape shit. Oh, are you? Well, see, I
That's
said
four.
so. That's four.
Oh, no.
Woo! All right, so anyway,
One of the biggest things we need to talk about is Rosemary actually does photography.
great photography.
And we're gonna
Great.
plug some of that.
Seriously.
We're gonna put some of that here on screen. Let me insert it somewhere here on the
Phenomenal.
screen. You gotta like her Facebook page and her
Yes.
Instagram. Check that out. She takes some awesome pictures. And she's been bringing her camera around to those episodes on that channel that you're gonna
Yeah.
subscribe to. Man, there's a lot of plugs in
And
this one.
everywhere. I mean, beautiful pictures.
Thanks.
Kind of
I
side
have my
gig.
camera right now.
Kind of a side gig
I don't go
for,
anywhere without it.
you know, check it out, man. You might want to buy some of her stuff.
Tell us about your photography journey.
Well, I always liked pictures. When I was little, I used to love looking at pictures, like old ones. I like the fact that they capture memories. You know,
It's true.
you can actually see and recall the memory a little bit more.
Thank God, 'cause I can't
And-
remember anything.
I always liked taking them. I just had the point and shoot. And then along came this wonderful guy, and for my birthday, he got me a camera. You.
Ooh.
So, very funny. He's modest too.
Yes,
So he got me a camera, and then little by little, you know, I'm getting more things, mostly thanks to him.
Telling you, great
So-
pictures. I'm not just saying that.
Thank
Like,
you.
phenomenal photographer she is. I mean, just like natural. Just a natural. So you should check that out.
And now she's starting to understand that this it doesn't matter if you're doing video or photo. It becomes a sickness and an endless amount of gear that you have to purchase.
Well, like
And,
anything else. Music.
She's in the process of building that massive stuff.
Yep.
I've been doing the video side of it way longer, and I still
Sorry.
don't have enough stuff. You always need more stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I have a
Holy-
good collection.
Yeah. you're-
3 lenses, lights. Again, thanks to this wonderful guy next to me.
Yes.
Having that kind of support.
I want you guys to go to her page and buy something because there's some beautiful pictures
Oh
like up
yeah.
on your wall.
I'll also put her store
Check it
in the
out.
video description. Yeah, we're plugging a lot of stuff.
I have a
Thanks, guys.
last question for me about books. Oh, guess where this is gonna go?
Books, I love books.
Yeah. What kind of books you like to read?
Oh, that's a hard question. So I've been reading books ever
And what
since I was
authors do you
little.
like to read?
I love reading romance books.
Wow.
I'm a hopeless romantic, by the way. Here's my fairy tale over here.
And
jeez.
who's one of your favorite
So
authors?
one of my favorite
She's
romance
getting to it.
authors is Dana Pertola.
There you
should
go.
Check out her books. I just finished reading one too.
we're pushing everything.
I'm about to just
We
put
are.
like Walmart across the
That's
whole
it.
screen or
We're
something.
pushing everything.
No.
We're selling all the way to fuck out.
No, we're selling
so-
good quality. We're
That's
not
true.
selling Walmart.
No,
This
really,
is good
great
quality.
quality,
That's
Good
great
quality
pictures,
books. I'm not gonna too many.
great channel here, phenomenal pictures,
Yes.
books. I mean, we're selling some great stuff. So I'm just being funny,
Books,
right? Little levity.
Yeah,
But it's not
I
funny,
do
it's
love
true.
reading, and Dana Pertola.
And for the
check her
few of
out.
you who don't understand why that's kind of a funny plug, you have to go back to episode 38,
Yeah, that's
where
mom.
we had my mother on
His mom.
on the hot seat.
His
My wife.
She is an author, and for all of you who haven't
Great author.
bought any
She
of her
is.
books yet, you got to go do
Fantastic.
that.
I'm not related to her, and I'm telling you, she's a wonderful
Phenomenal.
author.
She does.
And I've read a lot of books and a lot of romance books.
She does like the books.
They're awesome.
Really great.
I haven't read them because I don't. That's not my genre.
Well, he's a guy. Guys don't read.
I read
romance
Jack
novels.
Reacher books.
But let me say this. In the future, I think we'll have Rosemary back on because we got caught up with a lot of technical difficulties and Rob had a
Nobody had any great
he had his gig
questions
to
for
do.
me.
And yeah,
Just
so
kidding.
we'll have her back on, but this we're introducing you to her today and we'll be a little more prepared. We apologize.
And feel free to leave comments and questions in the comments. Because
Yes.
if you want to see her come back on, we have some questions for
Oh,
her.
she's definitely coming back
we
on.
can- right.
We got caught up
Well,
here.
Oh,
well,
thanks.
But we wanted to make sure we get her
but
on.
leave some
Meet her.
questions if you want, questions that you might have for her, so we can ask them in one of the upcoming episodes. Also, what does everybody have to
That's a
do
good idea.
after watching this episode? Last plug.
If you haven't already, go sign up on Patreon.
Yes,
Patron.
It's very important. I need
Help
the help.
support all of this.
Seriously. You don't want her to have to go out with my broke ass for too long.
Oh,
Love it
and
when
talk
it's
to us crazy bastards, as he always says.
Yeah.
That's right. So
Seriously though, if you love it, support it. Like
yeah,
with anything.
we appreciate you.
It's
you
a
love
dollar.
It, you should buy their stuff.
Oh my god, it's
Oh.
$1, and I made these episodes public for you all. Please
That's public.
go down there
Check
and
it out.
sign up. So
Sign
you
up.
get stuff and
$1
awesome
a month.
stuff.
Now I'm
Can't
sure
find a better deal.
that you guys are gonna be like, yeah, have Rosemary back on. Throw us out. You want to talk to Rosemary? Let us know. We gotta have her back on. This was too quick, but we wanted to make sure she got on, or we'd be staggered off another week. We don't want to do that to you guys because be like, where's Chat with Pops? So we have
Everybody
lovely
loves
Rosemary on. I mean, what gets better than this? Rosemary, my daughter, my wife, just lovely.
All
lovely.
these lovely ladies.
So, but
Next to
today,
these two handsome men.
thank you. Very respectful, episode today. So, but I hope you enjoy it because Rosemary's lovely to look at, lovely to talk to.
Thank you.
So it's got to be a decent
Don't be
episode.
hitting on my woman now.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
All right, well,
You
we'll
guys-
see you guys at episode 40. Okay.
Bye.
We'll be seeing you. We'll be back with Rosemary later.